Everyone, it is that time once again. Cochise County veteran-owned business Thursday at 5. We're going away. We're going through some new things, some new changes. It's getting better. Hopefully the cameras don't get a mind of their own. AI is wonderful, but I also saw Terminator a long time ago. So hopefully the rise of the machines does not happen at this place or time. But again, like I said, it's me, Eric. I do not negotiate with terrorists. And right now it's these 3 cameras. But I'm working with it. Z. What's going on, everyone? I hope everybody's having a great Thursday. Just checked out some recent news. And we might be averting a little something if you've been paying attention to the news. Something that dropped on the wire 15 minutes ago. So hopefully they can come to a conclusion and we don't have to spend 43 days again in solitude, or as I did, in the producer's chair working on the YouTube page. I got a lot of stuff done. I don't care. But you're not here to hear about me. Wow. You gotta love the English language sometimes. Here. You're here to see who my guest is this week that I've been promoting because they've got a very special announcement. It's great. It's wonderful. It's, lack of a better term, huge. It's going to be one of those shows. He is a repeat offender. He's been here several times, and today he's here one more time. I think this makes number 3. Unless you count that snafu for the second time, then it's number 4. 2 hours later. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, you might know this individual if you've bought a house. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, veteran realtor, Haymore Real Estate Properties, Joshua Mayer. I said Justin. I'm sober. You have to understand where I'm at these days at my work.
I get it.
How's it going? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Always
this is awesome.
Always good to see you.
You've been kicking butt on this.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm trying.
85?
Huh?
85 subscribers?
85 subscribers on my YouTube channel.
There we go.
And rising.
There we go. Keep going.
Got a little something coming up. I'm going to mention that later towards the end of the broadcast. But
absolutely.
It's been a little while. You was last year for
Street Fair.
The Street Fair.
Stand
Up for Freedom.
Which we're already starting. We're getting ready to start that up again here soon.
Yes, we are.
4th year.
And well before that. So, and when you were here last time, we just talked about Stand Up for Freedom. But how has business been?
Well, it's booming. Let's be honest. Real estate is going great. Interest rates are dropping as everyone's tracking. People are buying. People are selling. I've never been busier. I love it. It's going great. Everyone's coming out, reaching out. Last year, I actually took a little bit of time off and I rebranded everything. Now I have my YouTube channel. I have my blog. I have all sorts of social medias all across. And since I've been doing that, planting all those little seeds, everything's been coming up roses, and it's awesome. It's the busiest I've ever been, and it's the beginning of the year. And that's just myself. So I'm sure all the other realtors in Sierra Vista are just as busy, if not busier. And it's an amazing time right now. If you're trying to buy or sell, now's the time. Our interest rates, I have them right here. They're currently, depending on your scores, right? If you're going to be VA, you're going to be in the mid-5s. Which is pretty great because
that's pretty good,
right? For FHA, you're going to be low 6, upper 5s, somewhere in there, and then conventional, you're going to be mid to low 6s, which is
good
awesome.
Compared to what was it before? Like a couple of years ago, you're talking 7, 8s easy.
Oh yeah, before that whole drop when everyone was refining back down to 2 and 3, historically, our parents had interest rates of 18%, 22%.
Yeah, they did.
Like, granted, the houses were a lot less expensive back then. But we're down in the 5s now.
Yeah.
And a couple of years ago, post-COVID, we did get down to the 2s and 3s.
But still,
5s, you can't laugh at a 5% interest rate. It's amazing. People are finally wanting to sell their house that they did buy their at that 2% interest rate. They're finally deciding, hey, we got to upsize or downsize, whatever it is they're doing. And business is going great. My wife's company, Cross Country Mortgage, last month alone in December, they did 48 to 50 loans in December.
Nice. Wow.
Christmas Eve, and New Year's Eve, both, my wife was writing contracts.
Nice.
So people were actively buying homes Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve.
That's some good stuff right there.
So that's the one thing I love about Sierra Vista is we are our own bubble. We do not conform to the rest of the nation's interest rate or real estate, patterns. Our median price range is 290, as opposed to the rest of the nation is at 400. So people are constantly buying. You have this fort, which every 3 years a soldier leaves. You also have Border Patrol, and every 3 years they leave. We have the nurses, we have the hospital, we have the teachers, we have the contractors. They're constantly coming and going. So real estate doesn't slow down here. It really doesn't. It just consistently goes. And right now it's just proven that it's not slowing down. It's picking up. So if you're interested in buying or selling a house, give me a call or, find one of our local veteran realtors out here. I prefer me, but hey, I get it.
It's a buyer's market. Interest rates are dropping, so now's the time to go ahead and take advantage. Some of those houses you looked at before, you might want to go ahead and give them a second look if they're still out there.
I went and did for 2 different buyers today. I went and showed them houses.
Mm-hmm.
One of them we went and took a look at. By the time we got back to the office, it was already under contract.
Wow.
So it's picking up, guys. It's picking up. So again, if you're interested in buying, if you're interested in selling, contact me, contact a realtor. Don't try to do it your own. It's not worth it. It's not worth the drama, the stress, the possible legalities. Find someone that knows what they're doing. That's the best advice I can give you guys.
Well, it's good to hear that business is coming up for you, working well. Got everything growing for you. Buyers markets out there. People are coming out there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Things are going good. I got not just real estate is going well, but, I'm also on February 13th, I'm doing a bows and braids thing to teach your daughter, teach the dads how to braid their daughter's hair.
Oh, that's nice.
Think I can braid your hair?
Yeah, no. How about no?
Worth a try. But yeah, over at 223.
He's not the first one to ask about this.
At 223 on February 13th, we're going to be doing a dads and daughters braid your bow hair or braid your hair. All right. So for those dads that don't know how to braid hair, come on down to 223. We have registration open. We only have a few seats available because we're trying to keep the classes small. But it has been a lot of good feedback is coming back from. So we're going to run this back. We're going to do it next month. Maybe we'll try to throw in since it'll be March, maybe like a St. Patrick's Day style hair. And then in April, we'll try to do an Easter hair. And, we're going to keep on running this back. And it's amazing. I've already had, of the 10 people that spots I have, I'm already at 9. So
nice.
And that's where we're trying to keep it at, nice and small. But again, if you want to sign up, go ahead and sign up. We'll get you on the wait list for next month. Maybe next month once we figure this out, we can up it to maybe 20 dads. We'll see. But that's just one of the things. We got softball coming up, so I'm getting ready to start coaching some softball. I love coaching softball. I love coaching my daughters.
You're getting out in the community.
So that's one of the things. Like most of us veterans, once we get out of the military, we're always trying to find something to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most of us remember The Dark Knight when Heath Ledger was talking about, I'm like a dog. Once I find the ball, I just don't know what to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of how most of us veterans are. Like we get out and we don't know what to do. We're always, what do I got to do? What do I got to do? Chasing this. Most of us elect and choose to figure out how to serve the community in somehow, right? Whether it be coaching, whether it be doing podcasts at the Warrior Healing Center, just volunteering. We're always trying to come up with something to keep ourselves busy and to continue to serve. Just because we got out of the military doesn't mean we stopped serving.
Exactly.
We're always looking for reasons and ways to serve because that's what we did. That's why we joined, is to serve. Just because we got out doesn't mean we stopped.
Exactly. And like I said, it's good you're getting out there. Dads braiding hairs for daughters. And I just want to go ahead and get this real quick. No, Brandon, he is not going to shave my hair. I saw your comment. Don't even try it. Sorry. Getting out there for baseball, softball. Also, people having all that trust in you for wanting to get a house and all that, the whole 9. Like being in the community, building up all that trust. I have a feeling this is going somewhere. And now we come to the portion of why he's truly here. All that other stuff's great. Don't get me wrong. The other stuff's great. But let me go ahead and give you the spotlight, sir, because you have a very special, important announcements.
I do. So thank you very much. So I would like to announce that as of right now, I am currently running for Sierra Vista City Council, which means I have to get 1,000 signatures between now and June so that I can appear on the ballot. I'm not asking anyone to vote for me at the moment. That comes after June. I just want to appear on the ballot. There's 6 spots that are available. Right now, there's 6 candidates that are running, which means we're all going to get a spot. But we could get more. Like, Eric, you should run.
I do. I do veterans for business. I do that.
Oh,
This is my thing. This is my jam. You could do that.
okay.
I'll observe from the background, and then I'm still a strapping young lad of 55.
55.
But
Yeah.
you got this.
Yeah. So again, I was originally born in California. My grandparents were in city council in Norwalk in LA. So I always saw them doing this kind of stuff. And as a kid, I always watched them, and my grandparents would take me to these things. I didn't know what it was as a kid. Looking back at it now, I see that kind of put that fire in me. I've always wanted to serve and do something, right? Shoot, back in high school, 2004, 2005, I was actually, quote, running a presidency because I told everyone, hey, keep an eye out. In 2024, I'll be running for president because you got to be 35. So back in high school, I was running for president. Obviously, that didn't happen.
No.
But hey, now I'm here, 2026. I'm announcing my candidacy for Sierra Vista City Council, and I'm super excited. We got again 6 candidates that are running. I haven't had a chance to actually meet any of our candidates yet. It'll be great if we can get together and chop it up eventually. But we got 6 candidates running. We have 2 candidates running for mayor, Mark Rodriguez and Carol Flowers. Both of them are running. Both of them are highly qualified. It's going to be awesome to see the community come together and vote and for us. It's just going to be an amazing thing. And I'm super excited for this opportunity to continue to give back to the community that has continued to give back to me. I moved my entire family out here once I got out here. I moved my grandma. I moved my uncle's son, my sister, her boyfriend, my brother and sister, other brother and sister. I moved them all out here, 10 years ago, and now they've been out here. My wife is from here. Her family's from here. I have my entire family down here. Little story, actually. You might enjoy this one.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the 40s, my grandparents actually met on Fort Huachuca.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So when they found out I was getting stationed here,
Mm-hmm.
they did the whole, you're gonna marry the love of your life, and you're gonna do that at Fort Huachuca. And I told them, no, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna go be an 18-year-old male. Well,
Lo and behold,
20 years later, I am now 20 years with my wife, 19 this year married, but 20 years together. So I guess my grandparents were right, 20 years this year, which is crazy to think about, 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
My grandparents called it. So I've always loved Fort Huachuca. I've always felt, it's a desert. I'm a desert rat. That's where I grew up in California in the high desert. Before that, I was in LA.
Mm-hmm.
I just love the desert. I love the mountains. I get to look at the mountains every single day. I'm just excited for this next opportunity for me, but not just for me, for my family, for the community, for the Warrior Healing Center. I cannot wait to hopefully get this candidacy, get this position, and hope to make some good changes for the community, for the veterans, for the younger population, and also, hopefully we can get some real estate stuff in here. We haven't had too many new builds. I think over the last year, we've averaged 12 new builds sold a month, which that's not a lot. We need to get some new builds in here. We need to get some opportunities for some first-time homeowners to get in here and get some of these homes. Most of the homes we have in here, 40s, 50s, 60s built. I saw 10 of them today, and I think the earliest one I saw was at 2000 built. So that's 25 years old at this point.
Well, we do have some new builds coming up, and then eventually you got the businesses that are starting to move in more, especially over by the ALA school. They got a whole plan of what they're going to put out there, and then I think you got the space project that's coming here, and then you got a couple other ones that are coming here. It's going to be it's not yet, but I mean it's coming.
So to talk about those, yes, you're tracking the business that's coming into Sprout or to ALA, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're getting the Sprouts. The best thing about that, besides it being Sprouts, which I think is I've wanted a Sprouts in this community forever.
So bad.
Whole Foods. We're not a Whole Foods community.
Mm-hmm.
We're not a Trader Joe's community. We're not a Costco community.
No.
We don't have the population and demographic. And everyone always says, oh, everyone that comes over from Mexico. But here's the problem. What happens when that border does get closed and they cannot come over? Costco won't be able to stand. Trader Joe's won't be able to stand. A Sprouts?
That'll stand.
A Sprouts will stand. A Sprouts is a small market grocery store. It's organic, it's natural, it's amazing. But the cool thing about that is it's not just the Sprouts that's going to go in there. There's space for another satellite business. We don't know what that one's going to be. If you look at some of the other businesses that are near Sprouts in Tucson, they have the new Targets. They have the new Rosses and Marshalls. Our Rosses and Marshalls are kind of a little outdated.
Yeah.
We can definitely, if you guys have been to some of the new ones in Tucson, those things are like malls.
Yeah.
Right? They're gorgeous. So there's opportunity there. We might get some new businesses there, some not necessarily new businesses, but some updated businesses over there. Yeah, and then eventually, once that happens, maybe Tribune can get going, and we can get all those new builds. That's what happened when R.L. Workman, they kind of dropped it and they sold it off, or they gave it up, and now we don't have Tribune anymore. And that was going to be a huge master plan community, and that was going to be so awesome. But now we're in the midst of trying to find someone to come in and finish it. Hopefully that Sprouts will bring it in. You did mention the space stuff, so there's a lot of space stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We have Black Star Orbitals already out there at Libby. Well, not at Libby, at Sierra Vista Airport. Sierra Vista Airport is getting ready to sell back, I believe it was another 30 or so acres. And that is for another space company. All right, so we got 2 space companies hopefully coming in. That's not counting Space Force.
Space Force, we're
in the running to get a Space Force unit out here. And that Space Force unit, that'll be 300 Guardians.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, that's a Guardian.
Guardian.
Not cadet, not Space Cadets. Guardians.
That's the galaxy.
300 Guardians, and you got to think, for every Guardian or every soldier, however you want to say it,
it's going to more likely bring family. And
for every single one, 3 contractors.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's the number.
Oh, yeah.
Because they need the janitor, the cooks, the people on the back end. So if we're getting 300 Guardians, that means we're going to get 900, in theory, more people coming here. So another 600 jobs. That's what it kind of brings out to, which would be amazing. Or 900 jobs.
Could open up more stuff just in the AFES exchange and stuff alone as well. I mean, build that up. Well, along with the commissary and any other thing like that.
We'll also think about the cool thing about Black Star is it's not just that they're building, right? Everyone thinks, oh, they're building the UAVs. They're going to be launching and landing these space UAVs out here, which means we get to see space shuttle launches.
Nice.
And I don't know if anyone knows this, but Libby Airfield is if I recall, it's the only airfield on the West Coast that can actually at one point land the space shuttle. It used to be the backup for the space shuttle. Could you imagine the space shuttle landing here in Sierra Vista?
That would be cool.
That would be so awesome. Like, no one would go to work. Everyone would just be at Libby, just look at the space shuttle. I know we don't have a space shuttle. We don't do it anymore. But, like, that's where it's coming here.
Well,
we're going to get space tourism. That's going to be amazing. And that's just a little bit of the stuff that we got coming into town, There's more companies that are coming in that are trying to not have to need a clearance. Like Fort Huachuca is obviously, in Sierra Vista, very predominantly military and Fort Huachuca reliant. And you have to have a clearance. You have to have those degrees. You have to have those positions. Well, there's businesses that are coming out here that you're not going to need those. So we're getting better jobs. We're getting more jobs out here. It's going to be amazing. The next few years are, Sierra Vista is in a great place right now. We're continuing to grow. And I know everyone, why do we got to grow? We don't want to be like Tucson. We can't grow into Tucson. You think about this. Like, we can't go any further west because we have Fort Huachuca. We can't go any further south because we have the border.
Right.
Can't really go much further east because we get some BLM lands and we're starting to get into the mountains. And you can't really go far north because you have the facility, the testing facility. So it's not like we're going to, like, all of a sudden blow up into this huge metropolitan.
Yep.
It's more just we're starting to get more businesses, more younger population. And that's the big thing. We need to get some younger population. Nothing against the retirees. We love the retirees. But I want my kids to stay here.
Yeah.
I want when my kids get old enough that they choose to stay here in Sierra Vista. It's a great place to raise a family. And we need things to keep them coming back and staying in here.
You got the great military community here, and everybody already looks at it as a retirement community, but you got to keep it thriving and surviving. And with all these businesses coming, and already you going for council, so you've already got a great outlook, as it sounds right now, for how to get everything rolling and moving and try to get that whole thing.
I hope so. I hope that that's what I'll be able to do. You know, the three things that I would like to hopefully push. You know, if I'm allowed to, still trying to learn this stuff, learning the lingo, what I will be allowed to do. Obviously, hopefully once I get elected, I'll get all that stuff. But like the three things that I would like to really like focus on is, one, bringing some of that younger stuff down here. For example, when you go to Tucson or Phoenix, you'll see softball tournaments, soccer tournaments that are going on 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And these people are paying $100 a person to play in these tournaments. Why aren't they coming down here? Mm-hmm. We have the facilities. We have the amazing views. You know, instead I see pictures and videos of people going up to Sonoma and seeing all these beautiful mountains and they're playing softball. And I'm like, man, Sonoma's so much further than us. You know, like, bring it down here. Not Sonoma, Sonoyta, sorry. Sonoyta, yeah. You know, like, come on down here. Like, we need to be down here. We have the facilities. We have the space. We have the weather. You don't have to play softball at 10 o'clock at night so it's comfortable like you do in Phoenix. I don't know why people play softball and sports in Phoenix that late. It's still 110 degrees out.
It's still hot.
You know?
And they're like, what are they, around 200 or whatever, something sea level?
Exactly.
And you come over here, we're at least guaranteed 4,000 rise, 45, 4,600. Yep. And then, yeah, you got instant, a lot more cooler than that is. And then just be able to be outside, be able to have the scenery, that backdrop of the whole nine, and make a thing out of it.
Exactly. And like that alone will bring in some more tourism, bring in some more people that are like, man, I want to move down to Sierra Vista. Come on down here. And that's what we need. You know, we need to focus on, well, not focus, but we need to start looking at other outlets instead of just being stagnant. You know, and I feel that a lot of Sierra Vista, it's just we kind of keep doing the same thing, and everyone's like, "Oh, we're good," and yet our retiree population gets more, and the younger population gets younger, just disappears. As soon as they graduate high school, they're gone. And even if they're graduating high school, some of them are just taking off right away. Some of them aren't even going into the workforce. They're just leaving here just to get away from Sierra Vista. I don't know why you would ever want to get away from Sierra Vista. It's absolutely gorgeous. The weather here is beautiful. All right. Did you know why they do the testing facility over here? The electromagnetic testing?
Why they do it over here?
So, you know, everyone's tracking the big electromagnetic testing facility on the north side, right?
Right.
That big hole in the ground.
Yes.
And they drop things in it. And then they bounce radars and signals, and they measure and say, hey, what gets in, what gets out, and all that stuff, right? Everyone's tracking why. You know why they do that? It's because Sierra Vista has very, very low electromagnetic frequencies.
Right.
You know, if you go to California, and it's what that is, that's all those power lines that you hear about California, right? If you're an NFL fan, look at the 49ers. Right? Everyone's talking about the 49ers with that substation right there and having all those injuries. That's the new conspiracy theory that everyone's going on about, right? Well, that doesn't happen here. And that's why they test it there. So when you see people that move out here from California and everyone's like, oh, keep California out of Arizona, whatever. Hey, we need people, okay? When they move down here, they're always so strong. They're so spun up. They're like, and after like a month or two, next time you see them, they'll be like, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, they relax quick.
Because we're not getting blasted with those frequencies all day. And whether or not you believe in that stuff, there has to be something to it. Because you can see it in people once they come down here. Their stress just drops. It goes away entirely. And whether that be from the beautiful views and air or maybe the frequencies, who knows? There's something to it why Sierra Vista is amazing. You know, it's a perfect place to retire, but it's also a perfect place to raise your kids. You know, and we raising the kids. That's how I'm pushing.
It's a great place. You know? It's a great place. I mean, with what we got right now, it's great.
It's great.
But it could be better.
It could be.
It could be better.
It could be. You know, like another thing that I will hopefully, if I'm allowed to, I will turn this anthill into a mountain. I firmly believe that a community is is community is only as connected as its farmers market.
Mm-hmm.
Farmers markets are a great place because that's where you see the local people that are getting into the dirt. We're not talking about, again, Sprouts or Fry's or any of these other businesses. No, these are local farmers that are getting into the dirt, local crafters that are taking the time out of their busy day to craft stuff, just to do stuff.
Yep.
And when is our farmers market? Thursday morning.
Thursdays.
Between what, 10 and 1?
10 and 2.
10 and 2, which means as soon as I pick up my daughters, because they go to Lehman,
Mm-hmm.
they get out early on Thursday, I have to pick them up and race as fast as I can over to the park just to see if I can catch the dried food guide so I can get my daughter some dried mangoes. Half the time, he's already gone because it's already 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we doing a farmer's market when the kids are in school?
Yeah.
Like
That's a good question.
I was raised going to the farmer's market every Saturday, picking out fresh produce with my mom and dad, going and looking at the animals, getting the honey sticks, right? Walking around doing that, finding whatever random things are. And now you can't even do that. The farmer's market, I feel like right now, is unfortunately tailored to the individuals that aren't working, the retirees. Which, again, nothing against the retirees. I'm not saying that. But I want to be able to take my kids. And I can't because they're in school. And when I talk to the people at the farmer's market, I ask them, like, hey, why don't we do this on Saturday? They tell me, it's like, Sierra Vista won't let us, so we go to Vail.
Oh.
Why? Why are they going to Vail? Vail already has enough.
Yeah.
Vail already has enough stuff. Or they'll say, we go to Bisbee. Bisbee has enough stuff.
Bisbee has enough stuff.
Bisbee has enough stuff. Why aren't we doing a farmer's market on Saturday or at a time where we can get the entire community to come in? You know, like that is the heartbeat. That's where you see the people that are actually out there working and doing stuff in the ground and building and just
even if they can't have it at Veterans Park, if they're having one thing or another festival, what case, we have plenty of other areas where they could set up the exact same way and do the exact same thing because, being military, was in Germany so many years, many times.
Oh my God.
Saturday, you go out to the market out there, so big. Just in Mannheim alone, they had just a huge area just for markets. Yeah. It's just out there, people out there getting the things done. It worked perfect because they knew not during the day when people are working.
Exactly, and I think that's one of my biggest gripes. Like I love the farmers market. It's just so hard to go during work hours. Like you can't. Mm-hmm. And again, I want to be able to take my kids there. Like they have the alpaca there, but who's petting the alpacas? No one. Because all the kids are at school. So now the alpacas don't even go. Yeah. Now you're just getting the people that are selling their stuff, but you're not getting any kid-friendly stuff. Like, again, there's a lot of kid-friendly and younger demographic-friendly stuff down here, but they won't go to those events because their demographics that they're trying to shop to or sell to are working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those alpacas only come around. I've only seen them right around Christmas time over at the mall when kids are able to actually go out there and take pictures and pet and stuff.
Yeah, and that's amazing. Like, 2 years ago, I did the lunch with the veteran, right?
Right.
The Sky Islands throws on.
Yes.
Right? Our Chamber of Commerce.
Just had it this year over at
the new spot.
The new spot.
Yeah. And it's amazing. This last year's, last year's, me and a couple of friends were there and we kind of looked around and we were like, man, I'm the youngest person in this room.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of like, again, not trying to say anything about our retirees, but we have a lot younger population that is just getting completely left out, and then they leave, and they don't come back. And that's not what we need. We need to start celebrating our younger veterans. We have so many young veterans here that get lost in the sauce because they're busy trying to make a living. They're actually working on posts or working out in the town, so they can't do those things. So this last year, thank God they changed it up because I went to this last year and it was a complete different story.
Huge giant.
During
lunchtime, a lot of people were able to come out there and actually take part of it.
It was a huge different vibe. There was still a lot of retirees, but there was also a lot of younger veterans there, and the younger veterans actually were getting recognized. And that's what it is. Like a lot of these young veterans, they're younger than myself, okay? Younger than myself. I'm not, I'm pushing 40.
Yeah, I'm here.
But like I don't consider myself like the younger one because I know people that are getting out there like 24 years old and they're sitting there like, I don't have any place to be. And we try to send them over here to the Warrior Healing Center, but they're working. So they can only come over here the weekends or the evenings, which we get them. We try to do our best. But again, like we're shunning them almost. We're like, oh no, you can't. You're not retiring. You're not retired. You got to go until you're retired.
You're too young. You're not there yet.
You can't do this. And what do? As soon as they're able to, they kick rocks and leave. And it's really, you can see it in going to some of these events that some of these people are starting to realize that, and they're starting to market to the youngers, and we're starting to see some younger veterans actually come around. I know that here at the Warrior Healing Center, we've been getting a lot more younger population in lately, and it's been amazing because again, like, okay.
Oh yeah, we've been getting a lot of younger generation coming in here helping out, volunteering. Oh my God, our volunteers here. I think our age median has finally gone below 30. I think because we actually have been getting a lot because they're realizing that, hey, we do have a spot for you. We are not going to shun you and like, oh, you can't do this. No, we want to encourage everyone to come out. And we're getting to the point where everyone's realizing that you don't have to be a retiree to celebrate and have fun in Sierra Vista. And plus with them bringing the knowledge of what they're learning right now to help veterans compared to the old ways of, well, we always did it this way, going, no, the younger generation has now figured out a faster and a better way to go ahead and get stuff to help you, the veteran. Exactly. So, and you can still do, your thing, come here, camaraderie, the whole nine. But if you're trying to get something taken care of, what took forever, for lack of a better term, forever.
Look at like we've been getting a lot younger volunteers in here, and since we've been getting younger volunteers in here, I feel like our service at the center has increased because we're getting those. Hey, did you know if you do it like this on this program, you can cut down a whole hour worth of work? And I'm not talking about using AI to help. I'm talking about just knowing how to use technology to a different level that. Well, we were never taught, like that's what they're teaching now. And we're sitting there like, wait, there's keyboard cutouts and tracks for TikTok. I didn't know that, like they show, they're getting in there and they're showing us stuff. They're cutting down our workload, which is awesome because by cutting down our workload, we're allowed to get to those veterans quicker. We're allowed to get those veterans into places quicker that they need to because we're able to make these connections so much faster now. And we wouldn't be able to do that without the younger generation coming in here and showing. So instead of, again, always like shunning them and pushing them away, we need to bring them in. We need to get them included, involved with as much as we possibly
can. Bring them in, share their ideas. We might be looking at something like, no, add this to the wheel. Like, oh my God, it does move faster.
Yeah, it's been amazing just since we've been getting our younger volunteers here. I feel like, again, the center has like been picking up a lot.
It's been picking up a lot of momentum.
It has been, what was the numbers on last year? I had them written down. It was 2,176, I think. Sign it? No, not
first. Oh,
requests. I think.
Okay,
something like that. It was like over 2,000 requests for aid, and God, like 99% of those were taken care of. 2 years ago, we probably wouldn't be able to touch that.
We probably wouldn't even got to it yet because
we didn't have the resources, and now we're getting those resources. And it's not just the resources, but it's also because we're not just getting younger here, but there's also younger demographics that are going into the Legion that are now taking over leadership roles at the Legion. There's younger demographics that are now over at the V. That are taking over the V. One of the big things that you always, myself, I've never gone to the V or the Legion. The reason why? I don't smoke.
Yeah.
I don't smoke, right? But when I've talked to people at the Legion, the 2 times that they've done events that had no smoking, they're Fish Fry Fridays. They usually do, they said they're maybe like 20 fish fries on the days that they would allow the smoking in. The days that they didn't do those, they hit 60. So what does that tell you? No one wants to be in there when they're smoking and stuff. I just read a study the other day that says 54% of the nation doesn't drink. That's the highest it has been in 90 years.
Been a long time, yeah.
90 years, right? So again, we're getting these. We don't have to everything revolved around drinking and smoking. We don't do that anymore. You know, like we're getting healthier.
Yeah.
Another study I read is that gyms are kind of starting to.
They're building up.
Yeah, well, the gyms, depending on how they are, the old school gyms are kind of dying down because the new Gen X's, or not Gen X's, Gen Zers, and whatever they are, they're doing group classes. They want to do more group and camaraderie stuff. So like Pilates is booming right now. A friend of mine's business, Golden Aurora Pilates, she just opened 2 weeks ago, and I just dropped off posters. She's been kicking butt.
Yeah.
Shout out Tori. You know, you kicking butt over there, but that's because that's what it is. People are trying to be together, not individual. They want to hang out with their friends. They want to hang out with people of their age and of their mindset of, oh, I'm going to get healthy. I don't want to go to a place and just smell cigarette smoke. So the V and the Legion, they've actually been starting to look into stopping the smoking. Bisbee already did a couple years ago.
A while ago.
Yeah. Bisbee's numbers since they did that have gone up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I know our younger generations here that are running the V and the Legion, they're looking into that. We've had those talks, and stuff like that is amazing. Like that's we need to change. If you don't change, you die. You know.
I mean, I know they put in ventilators and stuff like that to try and help out or whatever, but
ventilators, like
no, not those ventilators. The ventilation systems up on the wall.
Yeah,
so it's like
doesn't help.
I mean, stuff seeps in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, if you go into there, you could probably peel off the nicotine. Peel it off, roll it up, and throw it.
But no, it's true. It's like people go in there. It's like, well, I don't really want to do this. I would rather do this. And then, like you said, numbers speak for themselves.
Yeah. Look at all the. If you go onto Facebook, I can't tell you how many events in 1 week at all the different establishments throughout Sierra Vista are doing some sort of paint and sip. Craft party.
You see that every other day around here somewhere.
There's so many of them. And
Lori's Paint and Sip. Lori, what's going on?
Lori's Paint and Slip. Cluster Funk does them.
Yep.
There's so many. It's just, and they're always they're selling out.
Yeah.
Some days obviously are better than others, worse than others.
But it's nice. There's something for people just come in there, especially even like couples or whatever. I know Rain and I have looked at it a couple of times, just like try to go out there, like going, yeah, let's just go ahead and do this together. Exactly. It's something different instead of, hey, let's go ahead and get another one.
And again, it's that mentality of changing. Like, you know, if you look at it in real estate, to look at some of the analogies from the past, when pagers first came on the scene, right? The agents that said, oh, I'm never going to get a pager, they became dinosaurs and extinct. They didn't survive. The agents that decided when social media came around, they were like, I'm not going to get on social media. Well, those agents that aren't on social media, they ended up passing on by as well, right? Same with AI nowadays. But it's the same thing with this younger generation. If we don't start bringing in some of these younger generations, some of these, you know, glorified, well-established places are going to shrivel up and die if we don't start bringing in that younger generation.
Yep.
Imagine if Fort Huachuca disappears.
Then
what do we have?
Nothing,
right? We just have Border Patrol, but they're always coming and going as well.
Oh, now you'll have SpaceX and a couple other, well, not SpaceX, but a couple of things. But
yeah,
oh my God, if that ever.
But like, so we need to start bringing in the younger generation. You know, we can't shun them. We need to bring them involved. I'm pretty sure that's the same thing with like the city council. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of young ones in there that have the same thought. Like, let's get some younger blood in there that want to do this. You know,
it gets some good thought together. Yeah.
We don't have to keep, you know, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. The wheel's great, but we could probably throw some bearings on it, you know?
We can make it less squeaky.
You know, throw some good bearings on it, throw some graphite on there, take it down the hill and just flips, you know? I did that once and
yeah, we don't talk about things we did in the past here.
Yeah, bad times.
Picture will show.
Jackass, you know, I'm a jackass generation, so I thank God we didn't record that stuff and it on social media, because probably wouldn't be running for some But like, that's some of the stuff where like we need to, again, I love our retirees. We wouldn't be Sierra Vista without our retirees.
Exactly.
Our retirees made Sierra Vista. But we need to start looking at how to bring in some of these younger generations
needed to keep it rolling.
Yes, we need to keep this place alive and rolling and thriving, which right now we're doing great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know. Everyone wanted to complain this a few years ago about the Christmas parade, about the new route.
Right.
Everyone, the route sucks on the Christmas parade. It doesn't go down Friday like it should. And this and this and this. I've done the Christmas parade for a couple years now.
Mm-hmm.
This last year was by far the biggest crowd we have seen yet.
Oh, that was huge out there this past one.
It was, I mean, I'm not saying we ran anyone over, but there was a couple moments when I was driving that there was
just saying for the after action review.
There was people that were running in the middle of the streets and kids running in the streets. I know that's dangerous, but like it was awesome at the same time because there was so many people. Usually the crowd didn't start until you hit Fry the last couple of years, right? This year, I feel like a good third of the crowd was right behind Lowe's.
We barely left the staging area. And you had the staging area, and there was actually a couple people up towards there, but then when you made that right to head down that road, as soon as you cross the service road to go to Walmart, there.
Five rows deep, 6 rows deep. You know, people were sitting because
trucks already lined up starting at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning.
You know, we're driving down the middle of the road right there, and people are literally camping in the street. They had their lawn chairs in the street, and we're like, guys, I got a trailer, and I need to get around you guys. And like it was packed, and that was just in that spot. You could start working down. There was only a few really quiet spots, even behind the park, which is generally a really dead spot. This year it was packed.
Lively.
It was packed.
Lively.
And then I heard a couple people, I haven't gone because the crowd, you know, it wasn't that big. And I'm like,
there was a lot of video out there that showed that crowd was huge.
Yeah, and people are saying like, I'm not going to go anymore because it's just a bad route. And I don't think that many people went. BS bullcrap.
That was an amazing.
This crowd was huge this year. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's just getting bigger because the actual route does make sense. It makes perfect sense to do a night one.
Yeah.
It's perfectly laid out, go all around the park. There's so much space for it. It gives everyone a chance to see us and hear us because everyone's blasting their music. It's great. You know, the Christmas parade this year was amazing. And for those of you that haven't been, that always are saying here, I don't want to go since they changed. You got to go this year, okay? We'll be out there in our Warrior Healing Center float. Not sure what it's going to be yet. We don't even know the theme yet. They don't announce it until June. Once they do, we're going to start working on it. Hopefully it's a little easier than last year's. This last year's theme was a little hard for us, but we still did good. We had a good time.
Still had a good time. Still had a lot of people out there for us.
Oh my God. Yeah. So many people. I'm like, I can't believe how many messages I got. Like, hey, I saw you in the truck. I saw you. And I'm like, cool, I'm driving. I can't respond right now, but like,
I would have loved to have said hello, but
it was crazy. Like, it was so amazing this last year, and I don't know why people are sitting there. They just want to be negative Nancy just to be a negative Nancy. Mm-hmm. Nothing against Nancy's. I love you, Nancy's.
Nothing against negative people. I love you guys too. That's what I am.
But yeah, like there's so many opportunities here, and people just want to continue to shit essentially on the good stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's like, come on, guys, give us an opportunity. That was a great parade. The Veterans Day parade was a great parade, you know?
Considering what was going on during Veterans Day, the whole, I mean, it was still actually a pretty good turnout. I mean, people go, they didn't have this, they didn't. Well, there was a reason.
They could.
But the community still came together, still did our best to get together and put out a product.
And it was
good. It was good.
It was a good product, you know? Yeah.
I mean, just that one picture. My profile picture, the one, I mean, that was amazing.
That's my picture. Yeah, you've seen this profile picture? That's my truck, and that's my daughter.
I'll throw it back up there.
I love it. Made my truck look good. Made my daughter look good.
Made me look good. It made us all look good.
It also made the parade look really good because it was the
parade looked amazing.
The picture down it was like, that was the best picture ever. I love it. It was I got to get that framed.
I think Marcus was the one that got that. Marcus, Edifying Pursuits Media.
Absolutely. But like stuff like that. And speaking of Marcus is over at it's not the Hive, but it's that the Hive is in
the same place where they had lunch for vet.
Yep, and they've done a couple. I've done the Sierra Vista Best of they did there this last year.
Okay.
They also did the Boys and Girls fundraiser, which I dressed up as the Green Ranger. That was awesome.
Small Ranger.
What kind of ranger? What color ranger would you be? Come on, you gonna be the Pink Ranger?
Jesus, no. Blue, red Ranger. Red.
Green Ranger all day. Tommy, rest in peace.
Tommy.
But like, that place is amazing, and that place is actually geared towards the younger generation. We have the Hive, which you can go in there and you can learn how to 3D print. You can learn how to podcast. You can learn how to code. You can, oh God, there's so many things that the Hive does. And that's just that little office right there. You got Marcus Alves over there, Edifying Pursuits, that is also doing his stuff and helping small businesses make commercials, make businesses, make marketing plans.
Yep.
There's so many opportunities here for not just the younger generation, but for small businesses to thrive. Again, my friend at Golden Aurora, she just launched her business 2 weeks ago, and she has been booming. I think all of her classes have been like selling out or something. Like if you look online, I can't count how many times I've seen on Chit Chat people asking about it and raving about it. I know I made a bunch of posts last week to help her, and since then it's blown up. There's these businesses that are out here that are booming and taking a lot of, life sucks a lot of times right now. It's hard. So a lot of people are looking to get together to help themselves, right? Mentally. That's why you go work out. I go work out in the morning every day with Chris, and it helps my mental. That's just me and him. These classes and these organizations and these community events, they bring us all together. They help our mental, if we're apart, we get stuck in our head, especially us veterans. When we're alone and by ourselves, we get stuck in our head. It starts going negative, and we start running on, oh, this is going to go bad. This is going to go bad. What if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens, right? That's how we're wired as military folk, to look at A, B, C, D, E, and look at all the different opportunities that can go wrong. But when we start getting with other people and we start having fun, that anxiety, that nervousness, all that negative starts just going away, and we start feeling comfortable with ourselves and our friends and our family, and we come together better. And it's amazing watching some of these community events. Look at Glow Ride. Glow Ride is freaking amazing, right? I used to be involved with Glow Ride. I unfortunately don't have the time anymore, but Glow Ride is by far one of the best events that we have down here. And the fact that, as they call it, what was the term I saw? It was someone said it was like because no one knows the route until you're on it, right? So no one knows about it. So it's like this secret, where's Glow Ride going to go this year? And then when it happens, you see all the comments on Facebook, and it just blows up. It's one of the biggest events. And why? Because it gets the community together. Everyone comes together. They deck their cars out. They deck their UTVs, their RVs, whatever it is, with all the lights, all the sounds. They got themes. They got awards for different get-ups and stuff like that. And the community comes together. The fire station comes together. The sheriff comes down. Everyone comes down and helps out. And it turns into this huge event. And that's just run by a couple people. That's not ran by the city. The people that run it, they set it up and they communicate with everything and they get that going. And then afterwards, the community thrives. The community is buzzing after that. You can't go into a Safeway or Fry's without hearing someone start mentioning, hey, did you see Glow Ride last night? Did you see the videos, man? Oh, man, it was so cool. Like, it's one of the biggest things we have down here. It's amazing. There's so many cool events, and everyone always just wants to be like, oh, Sierra Vista doesn't have anything for anyone. No, there's so much stuff down here. There's so much stuff down here.
You got a lot of stuff on your mind.
I do.
You are going to be a great fit for city council.
I hope so.
Just what you've been sharing, just with areas, housing picking up, what we have to offer, and bringing in younger minds, and we can make things better, and we can keep Sierra Vista moving on.
Moving on, yeah.
And that's the idea. And I cannot wait to see, for the weeks and the months to come, to see how this all turns out, because I know that when I turn on the city council, well, I'll catch it after this broadcast. You're usually around the same time. Yeah. I'll go ahead and see you at that table.
I hope so. I want to continue to give back.
Yeah. Like I said, you definitely got a lot on your mind. You got a lot to offer, and with the people that are trying to go in there right now, looks like it's going to be a pretty good crew.
I think so too.
So
I think we're gonna, whichever candidate gets the mayorship, I think it's going to be great.
It's going to be in good hands either way.
Yes,
good
exactly.
hands.
We're in good hands. The way it's looking, I've talked with Mark multiple times. He's a good friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
His vision is really good. I haven't had a chance to talk to the other candidate, but Mark's vision is really good. I've done try to do a podcast with him, but unfortunately, our audio was bad, so it was like a really bad Godzilla movie. It was
great.
Oh, it was. It was fun doing it, but afterwards I'm like, man, I cannot get this edited right, so I got to get him back on. But there's a lot of good stuff, and like that's just Mark. Our police chief Heiser, he's doing amazing stuff out here. Bowser the Tortoise. You guys have seen Bowser the Tortoise, right? He goes out and they actually have a tortoise at the police station. You go and feed him. That's amazing. He takes it out to the schools and everything to help show the kids, hey, slow is fast. That's why I always taught my students when I taught the UAVs, slow is fast, fast is slow. Right? And that's what they try to teach, like teaching these kids, hey, you don't got to speed through the traffic. Let's slow it down. So the police chief's doing great things. Another thing he does, which is really cool, when any of his officers or any of his crew is having a bad day, he takes them running.
Oh, nice.
He says, hey, let's go run. And he goes and runs with them. So our police chief is doing a great job of addressing and noticing when an officer is having a bad day and saying, hey, I need to take care of you. Let's go. They're not shunning them. They're surrounding them, making sure that they're taken care of.
That's good.
So our police chief is doing great. Our candidates are doing great. Everything down here is doing great. Let's just keep getting better. You got a lot of comments.
Let's take a moment to go through
your
mail.
Yeah, a lot of comments.
Brandon, of course, shave my hair. No, I don't think so.
With Brandon.
Like to go to church farmers market with the family on Sunday. Should do one once a month early evening. Josh, you got my votes. Cheryl says hello.
What's up?
Michael came in. Poor ROTC people were passing out during the Veterans Day parade.
Okay.
It was hot.
It was hot. Look, little backstory on me. I actually used to do JROTC back in junior high all the way through high school. It was the California Cadet Corps, so that's what it was. It was the California National Guard's ROTC. And from 6th grade all the way up until 12th grade, I did it. At one point, I was actually the brigade commander in charge of 500 students. As like a 16-year-old kid. I was in charge of 500 kids. I used to go to state all the time. I've always been that. I used to teach the survival camp. It was always fun because when we do survival camp, in order to graduate, you had to eat a bug. We made our kids eat a bug. And they'd always look at me like, Captain Mary, you're going to eat it? I'm like, let's do it. We used to take them out paintballing and these kids and just ROTC. I've always been involved in giving back to the community and doing stuff to help the younger generation. That's why I joined the military. It's why I got into real estate. It's why I taught on post. I love teaching. It's my favorite thing. It's why some of my clients kind of get a little annoyed at me because I get a little bit heavy-winded when I start teaching them real estate and explaining, hey, this is the reason why we have to do this. Da, da, da. And they're just like, Josh, we just want to buy the house. I'm like, okay, but I just want to make sure you know that the reason why we're going to fill out this form is so you don't get legally sued in 10 years because you didn't do this. I love teaching. It's one of my passions. I love making sure that everyone understands what's going on. I just love it. I love passing on information. And I'm just excited for the future. There's a lot of good things that are coming to Sierra Vista.
Mountain of information right here.
I do my best.
And I know we may look a little, for a lack of a better term, shady. But again, we're revamping the entire place. We're getting things in place. So, if you have some spare lights, you could always share them with the Warrior Healing Center because we do take everything on donation.
Absolutely.
Until then, we're only going to build. It's going to get bigger. It's going to get better. And we're always going to be out there to help push the message of veteran-owned businesses and veterans who are doing good things for the community, such as this guy right here, Josh Mayer, running for city council.
So those of you that do want to support myself, you could either come down to the Warrior Healing Center. You can sign. I need 1,000 signatures just to appear on the ballot. I'm not asking for your vote now. That won't come until the actual, not election, but the
Primaries? No,
the
general.
yeah, it'll be the general, but it's I forgot.
Or
What
I think
the
it's
term is.
primaries. I forget what it is.
After June is when I have to get 1,000 signatures to get on the ballot. That's what I'm asking right now. I just want to appear on the ballot. Give me a chance to get on the ballot.
Give the man a chance.
But not all myself. Get out there and sign the other candidates as well, all right? Make sure we're all on the ballot.
Right? Now, can one person sign only one ballot, or can they sign several?
You sign all the ballots.
Okay.
As long as you are a registered voter in Sierra Vista.
You can sign for others, but you can only vote for one.
You're not voting. This isn't voting. This is just, we're petitioning to appear on the ballot. That's what it is. We're petitioning to appear on the ballot. So yes, you can sign for all of us. That would be amazing. Get us all on the ballot. That's what we want, right? We want all of us to be on the ballot. There's 6 spots open, and there's 6 of us that are running. So we need all 6 of us to get it. If not, we're gonna have empty seats, and then we're gonna have to do this again because we got to fill those seats eventually, right? So we need to get the 1,000 signatures for all of the candidates that are running, and that's including the mayors. All right, they need to also get their 1,000 signatures.
Right.
Just because they're running for mayor doesn't mean they're already guaranteed, or because they were a city councilman and now they're running for mayor doesn't mean they are automatically on the ballot. They still have to receive their 1,000 signatures, and it's a little bit less than 1,000, but chances are there's some people that may sign that aren't registered to vote. They may not live in Sierra Vista, so their names will be removed. That's why they tell us to get at least 1,000 because there's going to be about 200 to 300 that will probably be removed, and that's what we want. So the more signatures we have until June 6th. June 6th is the deadline to get these signatures. You could come down here to Warrior Healing Center. You could go to Haymore Real Estate. I even have some signatures over at Ink Thugs. I got some. I'll probably drop some off at Doc's Watering Hole. Couple other places I'm planning on dropping by. I have a couple of my friends that are actually going to be hitting up their churches and going and hitting the streets this weekend. Thank you, Jennifer from the Warrior Healing Center, our wonderful volunteer coordinator. She said she's going to go out this weekend and petition for me to get some signatures, and I love you. Thank you very much. Same thing with Michael Zaire. I know you've been working in here in the office, getting those veterans their benefits and also getting petitioning for me, and I thank you very much, both of you, for doing all that. That's all I can ask. Let me get on the ballot. Then from there, we'll start.
And not only can you catch him in the areas that he's already said, but if you're out there and you're paying attention, you may be. And I know I've seen him in places like if you go to a festival, you'll see people for signatures. If you go to First Saturdays, for example, vending at the mall, they'll be out there as well. There have been some in the past. Just keep an eye out there. They're out there, especially once you get to know the candidates and see who's out there. Find out where they're going to be. I mean, check out all their social media pages. They're going to tell you.
Yep. And as of now, like I said, this is my first announcement. So now I'm going to start pushing it on social media. I've already got some signatures and kind of doing background stuff. But now it's official. I'm going to start getting out there more than I am. I know next month I'm doing the tea auction for the Butterfly Club at the Old Door Shop. I'll be a waiter there for that. That's in, I forgot what day, but that's coming up. Let's see, a couple other things we got coming up here at the Warrior Healing Center. AARP. For those of you that need to get your taxes done, come on down here, get your taxes done. It's free. You do not have to be a veteran. You do not have to be military. You do not have to be affiliated with any service. You can be anyone in the community. Come on down here to the Warrior Healing Center, get your taxes done. And then the best part about that is if you do end up owing state taxes, you could end up taking that state taxes and making a donation to the Warrior Healing Center because we're a 501(c) company or organization. So instead of your taxes going up to Phoenix, and who knows what happens when they get up to Phoenix, no, they'll stay right here in the community helping veterans in your community. So come on down here to the Warrior Healing Center, sign up. The calendar's already starting to get full. We started, I believe, this last week we started, and we run all the way up until tax day, or April 9th, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tax day, April 9th.
Yep.
Is when we end.
15th.
15th is tax day. I think we stop at the 9th.
Yeah.
I think is when we're ending. But that's an amazing thing. Like, where else are you going to get tax prep done for free where you don't have to pay an arm and a leg? And then afterwards, when they tell you, it's like, oh, you got to pay $300 to the state. Okay, well, I'll just write a check and drop it off at the center and it's good. Now, again, your money stays here in Sierra Vista, in Cochise County, helping veterans where you live. It's not going up to Phoenix and helping out the roads up there or some school up there that you've never even heard of. It's helping community here in Sierra Vista, the veterans here. We're taking care of our veterans here. That's the whole goal of that. What else we got going on?
You've covered quite a bit.
I know.
Great knowledge, great spokesperson. This is who you're going to want on city council. Believe me. Thanks for coming out. Okay, we'll work.
It's always awkward, right? Are we doing fist bump or we doing
Thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. Thank you for making your announcements. It's official. It's Facebook official.
We're Facebook official, baby. Let's do it.
It's a Canadian romance. Let's get this done. Thank you again for coming on the show.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Always a pleasure. Feel free to come back anytime you like, as well as we look forward to a future episode eventually when it's coming back. MMRES.
Working on it. I know. So this is our live stream studio with Ziba, right? This is his baby. This is his room.
This is mine.
This is his area. He owns this place. He got it. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. He runs it. 85 subscribers. Come on, let's get that number up to 100.
85 subscribers on my channel. On the YouTube channel for Warrior Healing Center, last I checked, 1,109. Because why? We have over 1,100 to 1,300 videos. Our vault is on YouTube.
I even made a bunch of videos for it, just talking about the center.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, like it.
Because now we're starting to use the shorts on there, and it's getting a lot more eyeballs on there. Yes.
So this is, again, the live stream studio, and then across the hall is actually the podcast studio that our lovely Melissa and Glenn, her husband, completely redid.
Overhaul. Huge overhaul.
Amazing. The problem we have now is trying to figure out how to do the wiring to get our cameras in the right positions. But if you're a veteran and you want to come down here and do your own podcast,
live stream, anything of that nature. If you want to come out here, by all means, definitely come out here. Hit us up. We are more than ready to show you how this is done, how to work this. Get your show up and running. Whatever you want to talk about.
And it doesn't have to be veteran related. If you want to do a podcast about football, basketball, Pokemon, cars, guns, it doesn't matter. Come on down here. We can set it up. We can show you how to do it. And the best part is we have our studio set up in a way that we can make each podcast look different. So it doesn't always have like the same background and the same setup. We can maneuver it around so that each podcast that we have has its own distinct style. There's a lot of opportunity here.
Yeah, you could talk about, say, hats, beard grooming, Marcus. I saw your comment. Don't think I didn't. All right. We got to head out.
Yep.
We got to head out. But before we go.
Announcement.
Oh, I do have an.
You said you had something after mine.
Oh, yeah, I do. So I'll go ahead and take that over. Is that my camera right there? Yes, it is. All right. That was Josh Mayer running for City Council. Made it live stream official here at the Warrior Healing Center. So by all means, follow Josh on Facebook. Follow his links. They will be included in the description above once I get about to it. It's going to take a day or two, but once it does, by all means, check it out. Or he'll throw it in the comments below. Either way, you're going to be able to go ahead and follow him. As if you're following, also pay attention to my page. I'll throw that in the comments, as well as my YouTube page, because I will be interviewing a candidate that is in the running for the Muscle and Fitness Hers magazine cover photo.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, Eric's been busy. She is running as a candidate. She's in a contest, and when she wins her bracket, then she's going to go against all the other first place ones, and then they're going to whole thing. And the winner for Muscle and Fitness Hers magazine front cover.
Speaking of Muscle and Fitness, guess who's sponsoring the Copper Classic this year?
Oh, look at this.
Copper Classic, March 20.
We'll be taking cameras up there.
28th, 29th, the Copper Classic. It's if you're a bodybuilder and you're trying to get your pro card or your AM card, you can come on down, sign up. There's all sorts of classes, but you're probably supposed to be cutting by now. You probably should work on that cutting if you are.
Yeah.
next year.
No, we ain't cutting this wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
But definitely tune in. We're going to have a lot of good stuff. And also, we also got a special guest next week. Also a repeat offender. Hasn't been on a while, but you've seen a lot of their stuff. We will be talking to Aaron from Doc's Watering Hole. Over at Doc's Watering Hole. So it's gonna be a good shoot. He's got a lot of things to cover, a lot of future things coming up. I don't want to ruin any of it because I will butcher it like I do the English language.
Are you going to do it at the Whiskey Theater Bar?
Yes, we are.
Can I be there too?
Yes, you can.
Yes!
Someone needs to hold the camera.
I'll be drinking.
I'll bring you can drink after.
Oh, okay.
Way to go, Kendon.
I gotta support the businesses. If you haven't been to the Whiskey Thinkers Bar at Doc's, it's amazing.
Wednesday, Thursday, 6 to 8. Go to the Doc's. They got the whiskey bar up. About, is it like a 60 to 100 to choose from?
It's more than that.
Oh, it's quite a bit.
And they have an app. Aaron created 2 apps. They're amazing. You can actually keep track of all the...
You can add in what you like, and the app will tell you what you should get.
Yep. It'll create flights. It'll keep track of as you go through. If you decide to drink all the Irish scotches that they have, well, you'll get an award that says you went to Ireland. You can get little trophies on your app that says, oh, you've tried all the Irish, you've tried all the Japanese scotches and whiskeys, and you've been to Kentucky, you've knocked out all the Kentucky bourbons. It's pretty cool. Like, he did an amazing job over there. You got to take a look at it.
He's going to talk about that and a whole bunch of other events they got going on, to include a topic that we talked about before, but we're saving that for that day.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Yeah,
we're starting that here soon.
Yeah, we are.
It's fun. Can't wait.
No, not that one. Dancing.
Oh, wait, which dance? Dancing.
Who did we talk to when we were over there? When we were upstairs? Oh. You're going to want to pay attention. You're going to want to watch that show next week.
They are going to. Yes. I can't wait.
All right. We are well into overtime. I want to go ahead and honor everybody's time. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
By all means, pay attention to the YouTube page for Warrior Healing Center. This will eventually be broken out into different chapters and such, so you can watch the whole thing. That's great. But, if there's some certain chapters that catches your eye, by all means, check it out. It'll be all listed in the description. Believe me, I'm doing a complete overhaul, so we're all making this work. Thank you once again, Josh, for coming out. Thank you for everybody for watching. 1, 2, and slap hands. 3.
We got to
get together. Believe me, when we put over the Christmas thing, like, as soon as they said what the theme was, felt at the same time. It was the exact same thought.
That was why we were both like,
yes.
Nope, like the words were not expressed. It was just.
It wasn't even word. It was all facial expression. Just like, All right, everybody, we'll see you next Thursday at 5. We got a great show after that. Hey, we're looking for people to include, what was her name?
Victoria.
Golden
Aura.
Vicky, Tori, Victoria. I'm going to reach out.
Get you in here.
Because I sent her an email.
I'll get her in here.
All right. Outstanding. All right, everybody, take care. We'll see you next week. Bye.